everybody, how you doing? I hope you're having an amazing day so far. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay, this live stream is going to be straightforward. Y'all read the title. That's what I'm going to be talking about. Today is not your typical doing business in Congo or in Africa or farming in Congo in Africa, but I was just inspired this morning as I was getting ready to go to work. I already knew that we were getting a snowstorm, and I had expected to clean the snow off my car prior to driving to work. All right, so I'm on my way to work right now. Obviously, I'm driving, and I just wanted to talk, about my opinion of sending money back home while living in the West. All right, so if that sounds like something you're interested in, stick around, and please do me a favor, hit the like button. And if you happen to find me for the very first time, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you wonder why you would want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, well, my name is Mervell. I'm from Congo. I live in America, but I do business in Congo. I go back and forth. I work on my farm because that's what I do. I would like to develop my farm to an extent where we expand it to a commercial level, but now we're still in the building phase. But if you're also interested in that, subscribe. I will take you along with me during that journey. But without further ado, let's talk about what I think as an African living in America about sending money back home. All right, first of all, there is nothing wrong with that. Let's just make that clear. I do not want people to be under the impression that I'm discouraging or I'm talking against sending money to Africa. That is not the intent. However, I want us to have a purpose when it comes down to sending money back home. Before I start, I would like to speak about my own personal experience. Yes, I do have family back in Africa. I do send money sometimes back home. However, it has to be for a very good reason. I'm not gonna get up or just send money back home to someone to go to a bar and celebrate their birthday, or to go to a place and have fun with the money that I wake up every morning for, and probably put my life on the line for them to go have fun with my money. I ain't gonna do that. But I also have things that I consider emergencies and priorities that I would not hesitate to send money for. Number one, it's, let's just say, medical emergencies. All right, if my family member, when I say my family member, I'm talking about my direct siblings from the same mother and father. If they are going through a medical emergency, they don't have enough money to pay to cover the medical costs, that's when I intervene. Because in order for them to go back to their job, they need to be physically healthy so that they can support their family. 9 times out of 10, they take care of it themselves. But if it happens to be a type of disease that's requiring further medical attention, or maybe the medical bill is going to be a little higher, they'll still pay their share, but I will help them with the rest. That's the very first thing that I personally consider an emergency, that I need to dig into my bank account and send them a little something. All right, so other than that, number 2, it's my mother. My mom, she does not have to ask me for anything. For her, like they said, there is exceptions to every rules. All right, so my mom is an exception to all the rules that I have set for myself. My mom gets it without even asking for it. I'll send her something, not that she needs it all the time, but I just do it because I want to be appreciative of everything she has done for me since I was a child, because she raised me, she sent me to school, she supported me, and she still continues to support me even while I'm out here in the West. All right, that is why my mom is an exception, and she will always be as long as she lives. So I'll send her whatever she wants, whatever she asks for. Whether she does ask for it or she does not, I still have to do something to send her something to show my appreciation for making me the man that I am today. because I grew up with friends who made mistakes, who've done some dumb stuff. All right, me, I was just taught different. Coming from a Christian family, I'm so very happy that I was raised the way I was by my parent. That's why my mom always deserves it, right? So why am I talking about this? First of all, obviously, this weather condition currently, it inspired me to do that. Let's just show you what's happening here real quick. You see, it is snowing, and here I am on my way to work. Regardless, I could have called off. I could have called in sick, you know, and decided to stay at home, watch movies, or maybe continue my editing, because I got some videos that I'm planning on publishing real soon that needs editing. You know what I mean? But here I am on my way to work because I'm trying to make this money to make sure that every project that I am ever financing gets done. Now back to me. So a lot of Africans in the diaspora, they send money to their family member, whether it is building or doing something significant. They put the trust into their family member. They, do business with them, to work together. And at the end of the day, guess what they get? Nothing. Because family members, they will rip you apart, knowing that there's nothing you can do about it. You can't take them to court. You could, but just in the African tradition, or most Africans, they don't take core actions against their family members for scamming them or just taking advantage of them in any way, shape, or form. That is why I personally have developed a sort of mindset that is, okay, we are brothers and sisters, but when it comes down to business, let's not see each other like siblings. Let's do business first, and then all these other things later. Because I've seen Africans who have lost money. They worked their butt off. They saved enough money. They started building in Africa, but then eventually the results or the outcome of the actions that they were taking, it wasn't there to prove the money that they had spent. And that's a very unfortunate situation to be in. You know why? Because a lot of African nationals, they have this mindset of thinking that if you live in the West, you make a lot of money and you have it all. They don't realize one of the reasons why some of us are going back to Africa is to establish ourselves there, because life here in the West is getting more expensive day by day. And the cost of living is so crazy that some people cannot even afford to buy a house. They cannot even afford to live to afford an apartment in a nice neighborhood. A lot of people are here ending up homeless with a job, because every dime that they making, it is only going to pay the rent on things like that. So when you're here in the West, and you sending money back home, just make sure you send money back home with a purpose. If it's just a friend of yours that you grew up with is celebrating their birthday, and they feel the need, they feel that, let me talk to my friend who's in America or is in Europe somewhere, and have them, send me a little something so I have enough money to buy drinks with other friends that I'm going to be celebrating with. Am I saying anything wrong with it? Probably not, but you should think twice. How is his birthday or her birthday more important than the projects that I am working on or the bills that I have to pay here? No. That decision to celebrate their birthday, that's hers or his. It ain't your problem. They made the decision they wanted to celebrate their birthday. Well, they better have money to finance that. You're not about to throw a party and expecting other people to pay for it. That's not how it works, dude. Like, I don't understand the mindset here. I'll tell you something that it happened between me and a friend of mine that I grew up with back home, back in Congo, right? So this is a good friend of mine. We grew up together, and I'll say this was probably like, don't believe it or not, I used to do that kind of stuff too. like my very like within my first couple of years of being in America, like I will send money to friends and family members for some dumb reasons, right? So this was after I had already established all the rules about sending money back home and stuff. So my friend was celebrating his birthday, right? I remember him letting me know at least almost a month before his birthday, but he did not say anything. It's like, oh, yo, man, my birthday is coming up in like in the next couple of weeks or so. I just wanted to remind you, maybe you will, post me on your social media and stuff. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Why not? I'll post you. That's your day, man. I'll call you, make sure I wish you happy birthday and everything. In my mind, what I didn't think, that was his way of warning me, like, hey, dude, get it together, because in the next couple of weeks I'll be celebrating my birthday. I need you to send me a little something. So here he's probably like 2 days before his birthday. He texts me, right? It's like, hey, man, my birthday's in 2 days, so what's up? I'm like, what's up? It goes, oh, man, I'm gonna be in such a place. He named the spot where he was gonna be celebrating his birthday with some other friends and stuff. So like, I just don't have enough money or whatever. I just needed a little something to buy drinks. I'm like, wait, whoa, wait a second. So you expect me to send you money to have enough drinks for the people you have invited for your birthday? I'm like, dude, without due respect, man, you made a decision to throw a birthday party. You should have been responsible for everything. I find myself in an awkward situation to send you any money to celebrate your birthday. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry. If I would have been there in Kinshasa with you guys, I mean, that's different. I would probably, pitch in or just do something. But I'm not even a part of the party. I'm not even going to be there. I'm not even going to enjoy any of the drinks or food you're going to have for your friends. I'm like, dude, I'll be honest with you. I don't send money to like people I know for things that I consider not necessary. And he flies off handles, like, oh man, you think you saying my birthday is trash? Like, it's not necessary, man. I'm so disappointed in you. I'm like, bro, whatever, man. I'm like, listen, you're still my friend, man, but I'm not gonna send you money to celebrate your birthday. I'm sorry. I had an issue with that. He didn't speak to me for over a year. And then one time he reached out to me. He actually reached out to me because I had flown to Africa. I was in Congo, right? And another friend of mine that I was with, we were at the bar having drinks, and he posted, like, he took a picture, he took a selfie, he posted on the internet. He saw it, so he reached out to me. So we ended up, talking about what happened and apologized. I said, listen, man, if I say something that offended you, I apologize or whatever, but you're still my friend. So we squashed it, and then he kind of came to an understanding and actually respected what I said, and we kind of went back and talked about it briefly. I said, listen, dude, I'm here, I'm building my farm in Africa, I'm doing bigger things. I don't really have time to be spending money on some dumb stuff, you know what I mean? I'm just not gonna do that. I know you're my friend, but if you would have had something, let's just say you're starting a business or you're doing something that's very significant, and you ask me, you ask for my help, I will probably do my best to at least support you, because I know you're working on something that's going to be bringing you some sort of income. But I'm not going to support something that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I don't celebrate my birthdays like that. I don't even celebrate my own birthday. I'm born on November 26th. So being here in America, my birthday is either on the day before Thanksgiving, or on the Thanksgiving day, or the day after Thanksgiving. You know why I end up doing? I just celebrate my birthday on the Thanksgiving day. I'll buy a little candle, or they buy me a candle, I'll blow it. That's it. Because dinner is already cooked, because it's Thanksgiving day, drinks is already available. I ain't gotta spend no money for nothing like that. You know what I mean? It worked out pretty well for me, because I got lucky to be born on like the very last week of November. You know what I'm saying? So that when I say that, I just gave you one example of a friend. That includes my direct family member. I had to say the same thing to my one of my sisters because she was throwing a birthday party for her oldest daughter. She was turning 15, I think. And my sister was throwing a birthday party for her, and she calls me, asks me for money. I'm like, no. Your daughter has a father and a mother. Yeah, both parents that are alive. My parents doesn't exist. My father doesn't exist anymore. I'm only left with a mother. So your daughter has a mom and a dad, which I believe are in a financial position where they can support the birthday without asking for nobody's help. My sister's like, why you always gotta be? No, 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 no. You already know my rules. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna spend money. I'll spend money on my niece for something different. She needs books at school that you probably don't have money at the time, and it's very urgent. I'll buy her a book because that's for her education. If she's like doing something like, or going putting herself through a trade school or something like that, something that it's productive, it's going to pay off in the long run. By a birthday, you celebrate a birthday today, right? And poof, it's gone. You buy drinks, you cook food. People will come out there, they eat, they didn't even spend no money on nothing. They just eat, drinks, get drunk, and get the hell out of there. And what are you left with? Nothing. It's a one-day expense that you're never going to be able to make it back. I'm not against nobody throwing a birthday party, but if you make a decision you want to throw a birthday party, you should be responsible to pay for everything. You should buy drinks, you should come up with money to cook if you want people to eat food or whatever. That's how it goes. But in the event somebody's getting married, that's different. In African tradition, or at least where I come from, when somebody's getting married, it's pretty much the wedding is pretty much it involves the entire family. Everybody would pitch in a little something to help them with certain expenses, because getting married in Africa, listen, it costs money. It really costs money. So you probably ain't gonna be able to do it on your own. If you are, props to you. But family members will still step in and help you out. Those are the things that I wouldn't mind sending money to Africa for. But when it just comes down to sending money for some dumb stuff like that, oh, count me out. I'm not gonna support you. I'm sorry. I love you as a friend or as a sister or a brother, but you're on your own. All right. So and I've seen people do that because they're trying to flex. All right. They're trying to show to their friends that they have it all. But then when you come over here, you see the life that they live. You ask yourself, wait, how? Like, what the hell? Like, this guy is flexing on social media and doing all this dumb stuff, but here, this is how we live. Like, people in Africa just don't know. A lot of people don't know. Some of the guys that will go to Africa, they slip around with different women, lying to them that they live an extravagant lifestyle here, but then when that person gets lucky, ended up coming here, and they see the conditions under which they live under, it's just like, wait, is this true? All right, well, let me tell you a quick story about this little homie that I met here. The guy, I met him through another friend, right? He used to live in Texas. Then he moved to Pennsylvania to a friend of mine that I know, right? So this guy while he lived in Texas, he always had issues keeping a job. So if it'll work, like, you'll get a job, it works like 3-4 weeks here, he wants to get another job because he doesn't like the way they talk to him over there. He does not like. He always has an excuse to go from one job to another, and he's never actually lived on his own. It always lives with someone or rent a room from someone's place. Ended up coming to my friend over here. He was doing the exact same thing. I actually helped him get a job because I filled out a job application for him. He didn't speak English, by the way. He didn't know like the system or whatever. So I helped him out get the job. It worked for a little while. Then he ended up going to Africa. He went back home to his hometown, which is Mwanda in Congo Central. So he had his girlfriend that he used to date that's still back there. Again, he goes there, ended up getting her pregnant. So he came back, he did everything. He pretty much sponsored the girlfriend to come here. The girlfriend comes here expecting to live in a beautiful home, because the guy used to take pictures of other people's car and posting it on his Facebook account. And guess what? You're putting people under the impression that you have it all. You have it good here. So the girlfriend comes here, finds out the dude lives on somebody else's couch. Like real talk. Yes, he pays his rent, but he does not even have a room. He sleeps on a couch in the living room. And the girlfriend moves in with him. And the girlfriend, thinking that that's her home, that's the house that her boyfriend or husband or whatever the relationship at the time will be described as, had bought. And she found out that that wasn't even his crib. The girlfriend's like, whoa, I can't live with you in someone else's living room. If we need to get a hotel until you get a place, I'm willing to do that. But I'm not gonna live on somebody's couch and I'm pregnant. Bro, it was a whole drama. The girl ended up moving to another state with one of her family members and said, listen, we're still together, but you gotta get your life together. You gotta get you an apartment before I move back. As long as you're still living in that couch, I'm never going to be able to come and see you or do anything with you. So honestly, I don't know what their current situation is, but last time I spoke with someone that knew him, that's what it was. By the way, this wasn't in Pennsylvania anymore. The kid had moved to Kentucky right after coming back from Africa. So I'm just telling you this because there are people who do that. There are Africans living in the West who have this mentality of like, okay, I finally made it out of Africa. I'm here in the West now. I'm gonna show people that I'm living my best life over here. Some of them, they will go to the mall, take pictures of muscle cars and posting it on their social media, putting people under the impression that they have money and shit like that. Listen, that's the biggest mistake you could possibly make. All right, so as an African, that's just my opinion. So let me know in the comment section what you think, whether sending money to Africa to support your friend's birthday or to support your family members, nonsense, is the way to go. Or you think you should be sending money back to Africa for something that's more productive, as far as like starting a business or, you know, medical emergency and things like that. That's my opinion. I don't know what yours will be, so please feel free to let me know in the comment section down below whether you will consider that nonsense or it is something that you want to. As far as me, I'm sorry, you're on your own. But when it comes down to more productive and significant stuff, and count me in, I'll probably support you that way, because we're here to support each other as Africans. Go back home, invest, and do things that are more important rather than just going to the mall or going to like expensive stores, buying all this expensive clothes that you're probably not going to end up wearing, because you either gain weight or lose too much weight that you can't even fit into them clothes, and eventually you end up sending them to a family member. Or if you think they're expensive, some people, they will keep them in their suitcase so they can just continue looking at it because they think they have spent a lot of money on it that they can't give it away. You know what I'm saying? That's why I shop at Ross Store, Burlington, and places where clothes are much affordable and it still look good on you. You know what I mean? So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought, and please feel free to speak your mind. Until the next video, I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Actually, keep those alerts turned on because I have a video releasing today at 3 p.m. This is another one of those videos that's more like a vlog, me complaining about snow, but make sure you keep those alerts turned on if you want to watch that video. Until the next video, I'll see you soon. Peace out.